Hey everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer Quest. I'm DisturbingPuppet. We're continuing our adventures now over here in the Reichland, now near Griswald, or Grissenwald. So we're going to do a story mission today. It is only level 3, so it should be a cakewalk. So it's the Mad Guide. It's kind of weird, because to get here, I had to do like a level 5 quests to end up getting over here, and then it was like a level 3 quest, which seems really weird to me. We started off over here in Stirland. We did everything I could find. It does say that there are 2 more Stirland quests, but I don't know where they are. We've gone to all the cities. There is kind of some weird stuff here, but we've done a mission in that area. Maybe we did a mission there. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure where the other missions are. Maybe we have to do something first and then they'll unlock. I don't know. I did take a look down at Averland when I was messing around before, but this is a level 6 area right here. So I'm assuming don't go that way. I never did check out Streitzen. So maybe that's not as high a level. I don't know. And maybe this area is lower level, but there are Skaven here, and I haven't seen Skaven elsewhere. So maybe it's tied to something. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to do this mission, the Mad Guide. So this guy was mentioning Skaven when we first came to town. Wanted to show us, I think. Give us some proof of the Skaven being around. We'll get more when we get out here. Okay, we have to select. So our Troll Slayer is slow. We don't want to take you out. You just leveled up. We want to not take people who are higher level, although we may not get a lot of XP if it's lower level stuff here that we're fighting. It's not undead, so I'm not taking my Witch Hunter, although I do probably need to fight some more undead. And undead just randomly show up, even when we're fighting orcs and stuff, or just random critters. Let's swap you two. The Archmage is low. You're low-ish. I'd like to have some healing. So, Curry Wizard with this. Trying to take people who, like, we can get some extra XP and not level up. So yeah, let's do this. We've got some healing. I don't have good front fighters, but our Shadow Warrior can kind of fill in for that role a little bit. And there should be an easy mission with it only being level 3 anyway. The Mad Guide. Amos is true to his word and meets the party at the eastern gate. He is wearing a different set of clothes, some rugged walking gear, a large, incredibly wide leather belt, with matching scabbard minus a sword. Black powder's the feature, he says, when he notices the warriors looking at the empty scabbard. Right, let's be away. Amos leads the party out of the gates and along the river. Eventually they come upon a dilapidated watermill, its wheel half turning in the swirling current. They enter through the cellar, says Amos. I've seen it in my dream, he explains. The adventurers move off towards the mill as Amos places a blanket on the floor and starts setting out an elaborate picnic. Be careful in there, he shouts after the party. In the same dream, you all died when the ceiling collapsed, he said while cheerfully waving them on. Okay, well, it definitely looks like there's warpstone down here. We are on offensive. We might want to... Let's just go. Just open that next room up. Shadow Warrior front. We should probably take a look at our gear and stuff here, too. Alright, we do have a healing item. I've got space, so we might as well give you more healing. Extra wounds, extra health. We burn enemies when we shoot them. We've got the Reaver Bow and our Sunfang sword for damage. Over here we've got our new Thunder Mace. Pretty much same stuff. Strength, extra regeneration, increased chance to hit, some toughness, health and toughness, extra attacks if I really want it. Those are heals, strength. Over here, we've got some healing, some healing, some healing, regeneration, decent-ish sword, decreased chance to get hit, some movement, Finger of Death scroll, healing, healing, extra toughness, decreased chances to be hit. So we do have some decreased chance to be hit with mages and stuff. I am still hauling around this draft of Keen Sight, but I haven't really used much. We don't have a lot of enemies that we run into that are attacking us for a lot of damage at range, at least not yet. We do now have the Masterwork Dagger, which just kind of changed things up a bit. Yeah, see, he's just got the little... I do like that stuff is modeled. It's just a top-down and at a distance, so things do not necessarily show up super clearly, but different stuff is actually modeled on you guys, which is cool. Although that looks the same as the other mace that we had before. So we're on defensive. We're not going to make it. So let's just take our time. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and do the Phoenix King's Protection. Although I think if we get ambushed, it just goes away. It counts as another turn anyway. Alright, let's check the room. Still nothing. No separate branches or anything yet. Still on defensive. Just keep triggering the basic one, because it always works. The other one has a chance of failing. We're on offensive. Yeah, let's push it. Most of us are quick. With no creatures encountered so far, the warrior's progress has been uncharacteristically quiet. This allows them to hear the creatures in the next room talking. The lead warrior sneaks close to the door and listens in. My pox rats, fresh from Wissenberg. They give the man-thing swollen pox. Grissenwald will be mine. I don't care what the Grey Seer says. I'll be the next warlord chief leader. I feel like we're going to get ambushed. Very, very quickly. We still just have the one way to go. So, let's see. Okay, no ambush. We're still on offensive, so we probably want to push it into the next room. 1 claw leader, 5 clan rats. Claw leader is new. Ah, it went away. Where's the claw leader? They all look the same. It's maybe you? No, you. 30, you got a Weeping Blade. Poison. Let's take a look at the claw leader. Somewhere. Enemies. Say, Skaven, claw leader. All Skaven are ambitious and look upon their immediate supervisors with envious eyes, so a claw leader is always aware that his vaunted position can be usurped at any point. This makes them particularly vicious and cruel, not only amongst their charges, but any enemy they are sent against. For they are all too aware that should a foe cut them down, then there will always be an opportunistic clan rat waiting to take its place. You're not that strong, though. I mean, you're strong, but you're not that strong. We are on offensive magic. Let's do a swing, hit all these guys. 2 deaths, good amount of damage there. I don't have to move, I can just shoot you from here. Probably just shoot you down. Or not. Okay. Let's try to take him out. Okay, we failed again. Well, we have a variety of options. Let's go for our swings and see what we can do. Finish them off with a Star Lance if we have to. He dodged. Can't dodge magic. Let's try out my new dagger. Not a lot of damage. Not sure if I prefer that over the sword, just because it is much less damage. 7 to 9 ignores wielder's strength, so we don't get a bonus. I don't know that I have a lot of strength. Yeah, 2. But it does mean potentially less damage. Theoretically, it should be about the same, because the other sword I had was 7 to 9, but we often were doing more damage than that. Felt like it was just a bit weak. You're really weak, aren't you? Yeah, let's just kill him with, like, a Shadow Bolt. Instead of dipping into my reserve magic. Oh, there's one more. I kind of missed that you were there, buddy. Well. Fine, we'll use a couple points of my reserve. Just to wipe them. In the middle of the room is a cage containing 4 chittering, pox-ridden giant rats. The cage is crushed in the fight, and the giant rats make good their escape. The warriors start to chase after them, but they're suddenly distracted by a sneering squeak from the doorway. A Skaven assassin stands half-hidden in shadow. In its hand is a small warpstone device. Time to flush the Warren Baron. Warren, it states, and flings the device into the entrance passage. Barely a second later, there's a massive implosion, quickly followed by the unmistakable noise of the collapsing tunnel and the rush of the river water. As to the assassin, there is no sign. The warriors must deal with 2 immediate threats. They must kill all 4 of the escaped great pox rats while escaping the collapsing dungeon. Turns remaining. So it looks like we have to go forward. We can't go back the way we came. So we definitely want to be in a rush. I've done everything, though, that I can this turn. Couldn't move. So yeah, let's just rush it. 1 giant pox rat and 1 clan rat. Giant pox rat. One of the Skaven's greatest and most effective weapons to use against its myriad enemies is plague. Clan Pestilence excels in creating diabolic poxes to unleash on the population. One method of spreading the plague is to inflict giant rats with the virus and send them as carriers into catacombs, sewers, and towns to infect the populace. Okay, you are a big boy. I do only have the 1 attack. Unless I use the elixir. Do I want to use the elixir? I don't know that we need to. Let's soften him up, because we can shoot and still move. It also lights him on fire. If you can do a good amount of damage. Or, you know, you can one-shot him, that's fine too. Alright. Who can move the furthest in? You can get further up, but it's not enough to reach the last enemy. On defensive magic, so we'll use that. I might be able to move up and teleport. I don't know if we can get far enough to actually attack that last enemy. But I could teleport again and then do some close combat attacks. So, sure. Scroll of Rage. Can you take that? No. Don't have spots. Unless I take out the consumable rations here for some healing. Tempting. We've got healing options at the moment, so let me do that for now. I'd like to have healing items on everybody just in case. Probably should just get rid of the Hell Heart. I just never use it. That's everybody. Turns are very rapidly ticking away. One giant pox rat, 3 clan rats, 1 rat ogre. Jeez, that's a lot. Wait, I thought there were 4. This is the end. I thought there were 4 of these giant pox rats. Okay, we should be alright then. Well, we found the rat ogre. I did hit him, so he is lit on fire, which is nice. Gonna push in. Disappointing. We'll take our shots further in here in a minute. Don't have any magic. Don't have any magic. Well, I'm just going to swarm him and stab him with everything we've got. So, knives away. I could dip into my reserve. I do have even more with the hat. We've got my lightning fire ring as well. Yeah, let's just blast him with my ring. Only 12 damage, that's too bad. I'll save the magic for the moment, but I might, before the end of the turn, do something. We're on defensive. We can do something with that. We might as well just swing away at the rat ogre here. Don't know if I want to use the Greater Finger of Death scroll, but I might. Oh, you can't make it. That sucks. I thought he could get in and get a hit. That's really unfortunate. Well. I could use the scroll. I don't think we need to. I've got range shots back this way. Let's go for the rat. You're now on fire too. Shadow Bolt, I can maybe take out the clan rats if I'm lucky. Nope, not enough. Do it again. So I'm pretty sure this is the end. We only got 1. Give me some more magic with my hat. And then I'm going to do the Nightmare Visage to decrease the chance he's going to hit us. Okay, nice. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to live with that for our turn. The burn gets them both. Not killing, but extra damage. I'm feeling it might be really bad to get hit by a plague rat. That sounds like a not good thing to have happen to your guy. Still on defensive magic. Just do the Phoenix King's Protection again. Come on, take this guy out. Excellent. We've got time, so I think we're okay. assuming we want to get there, but I don't see an obvious exit. Let's see what happens. With the last of the great... There were 4, I only killed 2. The great pox rats slain, the warriors desperately look for an exit. They're in luck, and find a culvert in the corner of the room. Pulling the rusty bars away with the strength only found when your life is in imminent danger, reveals a small tunnel which quickly turns into a muddy chute. Behind the party, water flows and sluices through the escape passage at a ferocious rate as the dungeon floods. The extra wave forces the adventurers through the chute at a tremendous speed and out into the river. Within a few moments, Amos appears in a small rowing boat and helps the warriors in. I had another dream while I was waiting. I thought you might turn up in the river, he says with unconstrained glee. I've brought you this, he says, pointing at a small chest in the bottom of the boat. Just some baubles I had lying around the mansion. I thought you could do with them. As a reward for making sure my town doesn't fall to the magical plague developed by intoxicated rat-men scientist mages who rule a vast teeming underground empire that covers over 70% of our humble nation, I wonder why no one believes me. For some reason, the chest is inscribed with the Lightdorf family crest. On opening it, the warriors are surprised to find a large pile of gold. There's also a small, finely wrought dagger. When asked about this, Amos simply says, "You have it. Black powder's the future." Within minutes, Amos has rowed back to the shore. The adventurers disembark, jubilant but exhausted. 900 gold, that's pretty darn good for quest. A fine dagger, we've got a better version. We'll just sell that off, that's fine. That's the Mad Guide done. Not a lot of kills. Don't want to level up too quickly anyway, just for the cost and stuff. So we came from Grissenwald. I can't go up to Grunberg. I was hoping we could just do that. So we have to go back to Grissenwald. So well, that's what we'll do. While we're at it, did I get anything of interest? I guess I could change back from having the extra attacks to the healing item on the ogre. But I could give him like a good healing item anyway. I've got a couple of these. Yeah, just give you one of those instead. We'll keep the extra attacks. I would like to upgrade a bunch of my rings and stuff, but we've got to go way back to, I think, Vorden to do that. I think Vorden was where the rings were at. Nobody leveled. We'll just go to the market. Sell our stuff. Dagger. Anything I want to buy. Masterwork longbow. Is that the same thing I have on my Marauder? Yes, 11 to 13. And then I've got better stuff on the Waywatcher and my Shadow. Green potion of healing, sure, we could buy one of those. That's about it. Still don't have a ton of money. What's our general area here? Skullcap, not great. Amulet. 3 health, decreased chance. I like the increased attacks that I currently have. The heck is that? Rock Eye. Decreased chance to be hit with a melee weapon, +1 toughness, chance to dodge. It's an accessory. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I might have to go grab that. I don't think... Does my armor count? I've got some armor. That doesn't count as an accessory. Maybe this does? Gloves. Okay. Armor. Shield. So I could equip it, I think. Alright, I might have to go do that next. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that before. I was thinking of just moving on to Grunberg and just seeing what we have up there in Grunberg, but I might have to do this side quest. So... I guess we could go ahead and just do that now. Yeah, let's do that, since the mission was pretty quick. Who do we want to take? Do we want to switch things up at all? Just looking at our XP compared to everybody else. 26. Our Iron Breaker's actually less now than our Ogre. So let's switch you guys. That kind of makes sense to me. We are a bit light on front heavy guys, though. Hopefully that won't be an issue, but we'll see. Sometimes you think I'm crazy, but sometimes I think the rats are watching me. Rockeye, your party makes camp and bed down. During the night, two of their number have a strange and unerring dream. Within the dreamscape, they come upon a lost artifact that thrums with arcane might. It is the Rockeye and has been lost for centuries. Through myriad visions, your dreaming warriors are guided to a catacomb a few miles from where their sleeping bodies lie. Within, the accessory awaits. Rockeye. Alright. Definitely Skaven-y tunnels. I'm getting Skaven vibes from this whole thing. Let's take a look at our gear here. So we've got some healing, increased chance to hit, a little bit of healing, a little bit of regeneration. We've got our extra attacks and melee skill. We literally have the Hammer of Sigmar. Everything else is the same we saw before. Just one way to go. So much faster than you, it's not even funny, but let's just kind of hang out since everybody else is a bit far behind. Defensive magic of 3, that's awful. I suppose I could teleport just to stay into the group a little better. Not going to get into the next room yet. Okay, I was half expecting an ambush there, but we didn't get ambushed. Let's see what we got. It's got to be something. 4 vicious giant spiders, 2 skeleton warriors, necromancer. I hate the necromancers. Necromancers have an ability that can like send you to a parallel warp reality, and if you kill the necromancer while your person is there, they just die. So I pretty much always try to kill necromancers as soon as I see them. Lots of spiders too. Let's try the... Okay. Yeah, let's just try to beat the necromancer to death before I do anything. Do have 3 attacks now. Alright, nice. Big hits. Let's do a Shadow Bolt, try to take out some spiders. I can't see them. I'll have to move. That's right, they're the tougher spiders. Never mind. It'll take more than a little Shadow Bolt to kill them. Well, we'll start with some Shadow Daggers. The spiders will web us up really badly. We can't really do much, so I always try to prioritize killing off the spiders ASAP. Yeah, pick him off. Go for the spider. Fine. Go stab the spider in the face with your burning sword. Kill it with fire, quite literally. Well, he's dead anyway, the burn will kill him, but we can't do anything else, so we'll swing. We've got a ton of toughness on everybody, so we're kind of fine. I do have some attacks. We could maybe take out this hurt spider. Not quite enough. Yeah, because of our toughness there, didn't take much damage. Okay, we're on offensive magic. Like to use the magic to kill these guys and then keep going. But let's try to use a bow, so we can still move. Fine, be that way. Legendary Wonder. This item has no use and can be sold, so just something super special. Let's just keep looking. Dwarf, unfortunately, you are a bit behind everybody. Alright, we'll just hold up there. I think we kind of have to wait to make a move here, just so I can do a bit more damage. Alright, let's check. Rock Eye. It's quick. At the center of the room, the Rock Eye can be seen dangling from the rafters via a silvered cord. The warriors are naturally cautious, as although the chamber seems empty now, they are experienced enough to know that an artifact this valuable will not be left unguarded. 1 master-bred rat ogre and 5 claw leaders. That's a lot of Skaven. Master-bred rat ogre. Master-breds are reserved for Clan Molder's most frequent customers. They are pedigree rat ogres, cultivated from the strongest specimens and augmented with technomatic apparatus. To face such a creature is to confront a rabid nightmare of flesh, muscle, and metal. Well, that sounds fun. I think we'll have to just go face him directly. Do I want to use all of my stuff to hit him? So we can go extra attacks, we can go increased chance to hit and extra attacks, and just wail on him. What's your toughness anyway? 172, holy crap. Skirar Halftail. And these guys are the claw leaders, so they're kind of like elites. They do have potentially different stuff. It looks like they all have weeping blades. You know what? Let's do it. Do that. That's an extra attack. We'll take the draft to battle for even more attacks. Are we on offensive? We are on offensive. Okay. We've got that as well. So let's see what the Hammer of Sigmar can do with 6 potential attacks. We can miss. 15 is not great. 46 is a lot better. Another 46. 14. 14. So we did a massive amount of damage to him. Let's see about, if we do some damage, we can also light him on fire if we can hit him. Not a huge amount of damage. So we do have 2 stacks of burn, so that's 10 damage. I'm going to try to cut them off over here. So the burn is not going to be enough to finish you. They're not bunched up, really. I was kind of hoping he would get the kill. I wanted him to get the XP. Thought we'd get enough good hits to take him out. Let's go there. Help finish you off. Made a little whimpering sound when he died. That was kind of sad. Okay. I've got options. This is the end. I do have a variety of things we could do. So we could make it so he's less likely to attack. We still have my lightning fire ring we can zap somebody with for a bunch of damage. I still have spells we can cast otherwise. I think I'm just going to try to keep him alive. I don't know how many attacks he has. 2? Hopefully it wouldn't just take me out immediately. Let's do the Nightmare Visage, which would decrease the chance he's going to actually hit me, or anybody on my team. So we have that done. He'll take 10 damage, be at 11, we could finish him off next turn. Let me use my ring just to zap whoever's next coming forward. And I could hit these two for a little bit of damage, I suppose. Got plenty of magic, so we are on offensive here. We can do a couple Star Lances. Just take you out. Yeah, they make like a creepy little sound when they die, which is sort of freaky. Alright. Take your burn damage. Miss your attacks, please. Hit for 9's not too bad. Three attacks on those guys. But you're stuck. Alright. So we did take some damage. We can do some healing. Offensive. Okay. Let's do a quick little heal on you. Come on, just land a hit. Excellent. Big guy's down. Could push in. Okay. He'll die to the fire if we don't do anything else. But I've got sword swings I can't really do anything else with here, so we'll at least give that a shot. Only one hit. Well, Star Lance you a couple times. Not enough, huh? Do I want to dip in even more? I can't, so never mind. That's not even an option. Up here, we can do our daggers. Let's just decrease the chance of you hitting. Decrease the chance of you hitting. And then we will let it ride. Ow. On offensive magic again, so we should be totally fine here. Let's just go for the stabs. that noise. Something wrong with that noise. I'll just try to stab you to death. Yeah, I don't know. Think about that freaky little inhale exhale thing. With all monsters vanquished, the adventurers can search the chamber at their leisure. It doesn't take long to locate the lost rock eye, and through a hidden alcove, a hoard of gold, which the adventurers plundered without a moment's thought. $160 gold, rock eye. Okay, nobody leveled, although we're super close with him. We got a lot because we got the Necromancer and the big Rat Ogre. Not a huge number of enemies. We can go to Dunkelberg if we wanted to. I might do that, actually, just to check out another town we haven't been to. But first... Ogre, ogre, ogre. I've got to make room for this. Decreased chance to... Oh, I thought it was decreased chance for us to be hit with a melee weapon. Decreased chance to hit with a melee weapon, +1 toughness, chance to dodge. It's not to be hit to be hit. It is to hit, in exchange for +1 toughness and a chance to dodge. I don't think that's worth it. Because he already has a hard time hitting stuff, and he only has one attack. And I'm already giving him a ring that increases his chance to hit with a melee weapon. Maybe this more than offsets it. Maybe. But I kind of feel like if I'd read this more carefully, I wouldn't have even gone on this mission to pick up that item. Yeah, I don't even know that I want to use it, actually, at that point. Decreases chance to hit. And that's a rare item. Weird. Yeah, I might just get rid of that. Let's go to Dunkelberg. See what the quest is. Like, we'll get the introduction to the quest if we go down. That's Dark Elves? Pay the Piper. The adventurers' meanderings take them north of Wissenberg. To the village of Dunkelberg, a small, unassuming place in the shadow of the Grey Mountains. Your party's arrival is met with suspicious glances by the village's few children, who seem extremely skittish. As the group enter the dour and vacant inn, they're approached by a group of ragtag children. You are treasure hunters, yes? Imagining. You're treasure hunters, yeah? Asks one. A warrior explains that the group has, on occasion, been known to look for treasure. The children gaggle around the first speaker, an oldish boy with messy brown hair and a small sheath dagger at his side, before pushing him forward, their faces anxious. We know where there are such valuables, but we need you to find something for us in return. Our parents. The boy looks around nervous, but the rest of the brood cajole him to continue. We've suffered from an infestation of rats, really big ones. At first they were happy to skulk around the corners of our homes, then they started getting bolder, even attacking the older folk and some of the real young'uns. One of the smaller girls starts to sob, and the boy looks annoyed and then turns back to the group. Not 3 days past, a stranger with set pipes came into the village. He was a strange fellow, walked right weird, and his face was hidden by a hood. He said he could get rid of the rat problem, and then played a merry tune on his pipes. At this point, your warrior ventures that the piper must have played on his pipes to lure the rats away from the village. After all, it's not the first time the party has encountered an enchanted instrument. The boy looks bewildered, then annoyed at the interruption. Don't be so moronic. Use the dog called Boris and a large mallet, like any good ratter. Mashed the blighters up right good, too. But then he got cocky, asking for more money than we originally agreed. The adults said no. He swore he'd be back. The next night, all the adults in the village, all 12 of them, had disappeared. We need you to find them, states one of the girls, barely keeping her hysteria in check. We'll reward you with whatever you can give, said the boy, if you can bring them back. What's left unsaid is whether he hopes they'll be returned dead or alive. Pay the Piper. I'm curious to see what level this is. There's still... Oh, there isn't a market, so we can't sell anything here. That's unfortunate. What's this? Healing. What level is the quest? Oh, it's only a level 2. This is so weird. You have to get through like level 5s and stuff to get over here. And then it's like a low level area. It's so weird. I don't understand the leveling in this game at all. Because it's like 5s to get across here and 6s down here. I don't know that I haven't checked Streitzen. Maybe this is lower. I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to kind of go this way and up. I don't know. But yeah, we'll probably just come back and do that quest next. Two-handed axe. Yeah, most likely we'll come back and just do that quest on the next one. Pay the piper. Anyway, this has been more Warhammer Quest. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.